Hello guys, it's freezing outside and we're going to start off today in art class with a polar bear. We're going to draw a polar bear. I'd like this nice winter theme. We're going to be using a pencil, oil pastel, watercolor, and a very interesting watercolor technique that uses rice. Alright, the first thing you want to do is write your name on your paper and your class code. The next thing we're going to do is we're just going to work on the front of our paper with our name so everybody knows who the artist is. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw a really light line at the bottom. I'm not pushing hard. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to draw a pretty big upside down U to fill up your paper. It doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, the next thing that you will do is draw a fairly large circle at the top of your upside down U shape. Okay, inside that circle will be a second circle, middle. Inside that circle you are going to have an oval. It's going to represent the nose. On this side you're going to have an upside down U and another one, and these two will represent the eyes, and this one will be the ears and inside unit. Alright, at the bottom right here we're going to draw another upside down U, another upside down U, and a straight line, and 4 claws. Alright, now that you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and take an oil pastel black one. We are going to trace all the lines, and some parts like the eyes, the nose, and the inside of the ear, we will color it in. So, here you go.
Really careful not to go over the line because black can be fairly messy. Take your time, nobody's rushing. Okay, at this point I'm going to color it in the nose. I'm color it in the eyes. And I'm going to color in the ears. Okay, awesome. Oh, and I forgot to add those lines. Alright, sometimes polar bears are not as nice and straight.
So we can add just a little bit of fur. Make that line a little bit scruffy. Alright, if you want to add a little shadow, you can rub your not too much because a polar bear is supposed to remain white. Alright, the next step is I'm going to show you how to use watercolor, and it's very important that you pay attention to this step because it doesn't take a long time to get a lot covered, but you have to follow the rules. So with watercolor, you're going to start off with a nice clean brush, and you're going to prep your papers. You're going to give your paper permission to accept the watercolor. So I'm just going to put water in the area that is behind the polar bear. Try not to go over the black. Okay, and now we are going to be using cool colors. So the only colors I'd like to see on your paper today is blue, green, and purple. If you want to mix all of these, you can. If you want to just use 2, you can. If you want to use 1, you can. It's up to you. I kind of like the idea of doing a pattern. So with watercolor, you have to add a little bit of water to your brush to activate the color, and then you're just going to paint onto the paper. And I want to do a random pattern with purple and blue, and sometimes they'll mix, and that's okay. Anytime you want to change your color out, you need to make sure that you rinse your brush, because we need to keep the watercolor materials nice and clean for everybody else to use. I got a little bit of paint on my polar bear, but that's okay. Okay, this step is kind of tricky. While your paper is still wet, you need to sprinkle a little bit of rice on your paper. What's going to happen is the rice is going to trap some of the color underneath, and sometimes I even go in and add a couple of droplets on top, just by loading my brush and giving it a little tap. Don't do this too much because you're going to have a messy polar bear, but I don't think that looks bad at all. Good luck. Have fun.